Well, hello and welcome back to Pocket Captains Plays Nova Empire. Tonight, well, it's been a while. I've actually been working on another project. We're doing power leveling and pixel starships. But tonight we're going to dig a little deeper. I have actually been playing this as well offline, different version of the game so I don't mess up what you guys see. Don't remind me again. Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Boop. I can always turn it back on. Free stuff. Sure, why not? Now, as you guys, if you've watched my earlier shows, I've had a problem with this game insofar as it was very much telling me what to do, monkey press game. But I've gone on to realize that it doesn't have to be. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I've been learning and figuring out. And I've already told you that the daily is okay. Click, click. That comes up a lot. Good, thank you. A lot of this is about what's going on the right-hand side. You see where that question mark is above Naval Academy, and it says idle. So there is where I spend most of my time. It's where I live. I will go ahead and I will design. Okay, build this, build this, build this. That's great. Drone, I wish I could. So you're done. Back. A lot of it is about building these ships and getting them up to speed. And let me tell you, it's been a slow process. So I know that I got to work on that some more. Expand the shipyards, make them bigger. But I also know there are bigger and better ships out there. And that has led me to some interesting thoughts on this game. Now, one of the issues I'm having is, here, I'm going to take you back to the main screen for a second. On the upper left-hand side is the resources you're gathering. You're getting 99, well, I maxed out at 997,000 997,000 battery points or power. I'm still growing my minerals, 896,000, but it's growing at 3.41 thousand per hour. The one that really gets me, though, when I'm doing the bigger ships, and I'm working on a class up from the ones you see here, is the minerals, and they consume minerals at a tremendous rate. Research is also consuming minerals at a tremendous rate, and one of the bottlenecks for me is mineral production. So, and I know there's iron bars too, or some kind of an alloy. So that's done at the trading post. The higher the trading post, the better. So let's take a look at our ship as we're deciding what to build. For research, let's just kick that one off for a second. And I am working on energy production's good. Reduce jump calculations, although I might go reduce building maintenance cost. Not really a problem for me right now. Ships. Requires level 3. So I'm already working on these in my other station, fleet. So I got to get that research facility upgraded as soon as possible. So that's an important part of this. But not necessarily the next thing I'm going to do. And then there's that help. I still have no idea what exactly that's doing. But I click on it anyway because it's in the way. So now we're going to this here. Becoming independent means I have to make more of my own decisions. On the building left list on the right-hand side, you see vacant spaces. The robot is no longer telling me what to do, or at least I'm not listening. So it's up to me to decide how to fill these vacant spaces. They're on level 3. Level 2 is not bad. Level 1's not bad. Now, important to me is to fill these spaces. Now, I've got my trading post. Very important. If I upgrade that, I get a boost to those crystal production per hour. You see that? It goes up by plus 25 from 175. I want to think along those lines, but I'm looking at things like level 3. 2 vacant spaces. I have power. That's good. But I think I want to fill one of those vacant spaces. So let's look at some of the things we can fill that vacant space with. Another trading post. Now, I've been starting to do that, and my crystals are starting to catch up and become a little more effective. But look at this. Basic defense module. Is that not cool? Something with force fields on it. Takes 12 seconds. I'm going to build one just for giggles. Free. It takes no time at all. So why not throw it on there? It's got a force field. I don't think it's actually got anything mounted onto it, though. Defense. So what we have is, I've got a weapon. Nothing else I can really drag on there. And I've got a component. Now, how do I add that more to that? I don't know. But I do know I want some sort of basic defense on there. Upgrading that. Take 6 minutes. We'll come back to that. The other thing I want to concentrate on is another trading post. 14 seconds. Those crystals I'm learning are becoming very important to me. More so down the road. So taking a minute or two to upgrade a trading post, not a bad idea. So that's what I'm doing with those free spaces. I could do a lot of things. I can build a lot of things. But that's what I'm choosing to do right now. Upgrade. Because under 5 minutes, it's free. Upgrade. It's basically the source of my resources for the station. So that's why I'm giving it particularly strong importance. And level 4, well, that won't be too much longer now. So it's coming just around the corner. So for the time being, let's see what we can do with what we have. So everything over here, as far as I know, is now up. Build. My build is already done. So back to level 3.
Revenue positive.
Upgrade.
Upgrading.
Free.
Building complete.
Upgrade.
Upgrading.
Free.
Building complete.
Upgrade. Upgrade. 7 minutes. Help.
Alliance help requested.
All right, 7 minutes. I got 7 minutes till that's done. So that's one of the things I've been working on. Another thing I want to consider doing is if I go to my dock, oh, sorry, I'm going to tell you where it is. In the upper center of the menu bar up there, I wish I had a kind of a mouse pointer so you can follow along, is the dock. It goes Alliance Items Dock. That's the other place I go to quite frequently to keep an eye on my fleet of ships. I have in the dock 10 gunships, 10 frigates. My incisor group, that's probably my more powerful, at 3,871 points, which you'll see below the word incisor. And my rapiers, 694. They're just starting out. And I definitely want at least, I'm thinking 3 fleets. But building up 1 fleet has been slow. The reason being, my station itself is undefended. I have no cap while my other ones are out. And I need 1 fleet for scanning planets and the other one to do battle to bring in resources. So the rapiers definitely could be brought up some. They're not that powerful at 694. So maybe we'll just give all the remaining resources to them and send them to a planet. So I'm going to think about a 3rd fleet. From what I can tell, I can't do that until I go to the Academy, if I can find it here. Basic shipyard. Small trading post. There's my Naval Academy right there. You'll see it's in the middle of the screen. If I click on the Naval Academy, it should take me in. And it is currently... trains admirals to command your fleet. What happens if I upgrade it? What do I get? Admiral limit +2. Requires level 2 research lab. So in order for me to get this up to date, it looks like it's all coming down to the research lab, which requires a level 3 ship design. So I need this to be upgraded both to add research to my options and to get another admiral to expand my fleet. So level 3 design. Build queue is currently full, but it looks like the level 3 design center is next if I'm going to try to keep up. What is that going to get me? I don't know. But I got to definitely look at it. So the level 3 design center is definitely down the road. So that's not everything I've learned when I was doing this, though. I've learned some other things. Now, let's click on her and get all my goodies in the lower left. Yep, got my goodies. In the upper right, there is... eliminates pirates. New. See that in the upper below that swirling box with super boost? If I click on that, it says it's open. Pirate invasion or eliminate pirates. So if I click on eliminate pirates, progress 1 day, 4 hours. What does this do? I'm not entirely sure. It looks like it can give me light cruiser -11. It looks like it gives me points toward researching some things like I need, like battle cruiser and destroyers is what I think is going on. No, maintenance cost is reduced. Okay. So pirates destroyed during the event will drop bigger rewards than usual. Sweet. Okay. So that's in progress. And I think that'll happen automatically, but I could be wrong. Oh, free.
Building complete.
Oh, that ship has been finished. Build another.
Ship
Queue went
construction
up.
in progress.
Good. Got to keep eye on that. So for me, it's keeping an eye on those things. My research, of course, is done. So let's just keep, let's just grab the next thing. Research, because it doesn't really matter to me what it is right now.
Alliance
I want those other options opened up. So the design center. So let's go over here and find the design center. It's not you. You're definitely not it. That's a shipyard. That's this. Yeah, that's the core station itself. What I not recognize here is a design center. There it is, the design center. So, info. The ship design center supplies new ship types. Each upgrade unlocks new, more powerful ships. That definitely sounds like something I should be investing in. So let's upgrade you. 1 hour, 33 minutes. So it sounds like something I've got to do in order for me to get the research I need and to add the admiral. So those are 2 high priorities for me, because I kind of want to get out of this little system. I've pretty explored it, and pretty well explored it. And it's time to move on and try to look for other things to do. So let's go now. Let's look at the system again one more time. Yeah, I've been around here. I've explored these worlds. I'm ready to move on. So let's look at the galaxy map. Now, is my station very strong? Nope, not very strong at all. But as you can see here, when I go to the galaxy map, it shows the zones. Don't think I can zoom out very well. Did not mean to do that. Main view. Resource view. Battle view. Oh, interesting. Main view. Fair enough. Got to get back to the galaxy view. Galaxy view. So there's where I am, and I'm trying to figure out how to get closer. I don't necessarily want to be in a hostile zone yet. TZR, that looks like it's hostile. Bud. BEM. Okay, so if I move more toward TZR, that looks like it might be interesting, or V0R. I'm really close to V0R. Don't think I can get there from here. Let's head toward TZR. So I'm going to pick a, let's see. It says, owner is NGO. NGO owns this. That's definitely got a faction name. Now, that doesn't sound like something I want to do. I'm currently in here. Owner is NGO. Oh, okay, that's not bad. It's the same one I'm in now, so that's fine. So resources 6. 47 neutral. Faction is pirates. Let's enter that system. Okay. Lots of people here. Pirates. Lots of people here. Let's do them a visit. Now I'm going to try this. I'm no genius at it, but let's see if I can, if I pick a space that's empty. Station jump. Press OK.
Station jumping.
So now my station is in the system, and that's how you move from one system to another. So now that we're in a new system, new planets to explore, and hopefully Disianima is actually marginally easier to pronounce than the old one was. So let's start by exploring. One of the keys to this game seems to be to explore strange new worlds. So there's one on the right-hand side, Disianima 6, that looks vaguely inhabitable. Let's send a friendly group there, scan it, and we're going to send the rapiers, which were very light, if you remember. But if I click on it, it should take anybody who's in the dock, autofill. Yes, autofill. Now off they go, and they're going to go and do an exploration, and I built them up from whoever's in the dockyard. Now I'm also going to go and take on some pirates, just for giggles. This one's small. Attack. And send the incisor group because they're my toughest group. We're going to build up the incisors more because I want a good solid fleet, but I didn't want the rapiers to run around completely weak, even though they're just scanning planets right now, because one day they may be the fighter cap and the next fleet, the weakest, will be asked or called upon to attack planets. Now, I've also learned, there's a battle, it's my battle. As I go to this battle, I don't have to actually watch it or do anything. I can just go off and do something else and the reports will come in. And I do not have to repair at the end of each battle. However, the longer I go without repairing, the greater the chance I'm going to lose some ships. Now, what did I gain from this battle? Energy. Now, I don't think I have to top out it or anything to make it do anything. I think I just have it. Good, so that's done. Looking around for debris. I don't see any debris. Let's go back and let's go pick a fight with somebody else. 770. Not a very good attacking, but anyway, pretty mild. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run around, do my attacking. Meanwhile, this world here is being scanned. Yep, we're scanning it. That's good. And my own home station, which I can click on. But I don't have to be obsessive about it. I can ignore it. For a while anyway, while we go off and do other things. So I can choose to watch the battle, or I can ignore the battle while I'm working on the station. Or I actually kind of enjoy watching the battle, so I can do that. So I have a lot of options about what I want to do at the time. But there's a lot of management. Ooh, some explosions. I got to work on my shields. See, I've got to get that new research done so I can upgrade shields. He's lost a couple of gunships. At this point, I click on my fleet recall. Send them back. Keep them repairing. It's hard enough to build up a fleet. I don't want to give away open all. I don't want to give away one of my smaller gunships for free. Basically, they will destroy them eventually. They're not that tough. So rather than lose them that way, I'm going to try to keep them repaired and try to build that fleet up. I got a Thanksgiving Day crate. Okay, good stuff. Back. So that's NGO, and I can jump as soon as that line stops being red. 11 minutes, 26 seconds, my ship could jump again if I needed to. For the time being, I'm good. Now I go to the dock. My ship's returned. The incisors are there, repair for 10. Okay, now I've got 2 gathering ships, which I could send out to try to reap some of the benefits of what's lying around here, but there's not a lot of minerals lying around. See the little swirly around that mineral? It means somebody's mining it. So I'll click on another mineral. Anywhere where you see minerals, and there's a yellow swirly around it, like going to the right-hand side above the pirate, somebody's already tapping into it. Now there's one here I can send somebody to collect from. And I don't mind sending one. I usually keep them all around because due to combat, I'm easily able to get some dropped resources from the damaged vessels that I attack. And apparently that's a better way to recoup minerals and resources than by going after these floating chunks in space. But so far we haven't gotten any dropped resources. And this system is being, well, it's being very heavily populated. There isn't a lot of pirates for me to pursue anyway. So the repairs are almost done. Repairs complete. Let's go to the star here. 770, big deal. Okay, we'll attack him. Send out the incisors. Keep them moving. Autofill the fleet. Sure, why not? All the little gunships you can use. Build. Back. So it looks like I can get the bigger ship as soon as I update that build center, which I didn't know. I was trying to figure out how I got a bigger one because I knew I want bigger ships. Electromagnetism? Sure, why not? Research. Might as well max up this research as when I can because I'm going to want to switch to my fleet soon. So that's that. I've shown us how to switch systems and how to basically juggle this resourcing thing. I was going to just spend a lot of time upgrading the trading post tonight because 175 per hour is not a lot of crystals for what all I'm going to need. I'm going to need a lot more than that. But I have an immediate need, I guess, because I need that trading center. I need the station's ship center, that ability to get bigger, better ships researched right away in order to get the better research lab, in order to add more admirals, to increase my fleet size. I think it's more playable with a minimum of 3, even though I'm having trouble filling one fleet. And I'm only having trouble really because I'm not playing it all the time. I think if I was playing more frequently, it would be a little bit easier. But I only play when I get a few minutes here and there. So it's slowing me down. But is this a fun game? Yes. Is this a strategy game? Well, that was interesting. Oh, minerals. I'm not sure yet. I still haven't got that far. Maybe when I get to fighting other players in a PvP scenario, I might feel differently. Yeah, we'll watch the battle. These are pretty weak ships, so I'm not too worried about them. Although we're fighting in the corona of a star, that should make it a little interesting. That's 2 destroyed. Looking for something bigger than that. Delete. Love the Thanksgiving Day crates. That's fun. How about this guy? Oh, that's better. Attack him. Incisor group. Go get him. Before somebody else does. I want it destroyed. My green station is up there in the upper right quadrant. This should be a better battle. There's a fleet sitting idle nearby. 1137. It's not that powerful a fleet. Whereas mine, not doing a bad job. I didn't know I could retreat. That's interesting. Has anybody been destroyed in their fleet? Oh, he's hitting my... Oh, I see. That's my fleet on the lower side now. He's circled him completely. He's still doing a pretty good job defending. Pirate gunship down. I don't think I've lost anybody. Oh, resources. Collect. So I'm sending another ship there. Meanwhile, dock, incisor, go. Yes, you recall. Time to go back and make repairs. I don't want to lose any ships. Great. Suppose I could ignore these till the end of the day. It's possible I could just do that. I'm kind of a little obsessive about opening these all the time. When I do enough battles, my fleet's a little bigger. I actually will go through and rack up a stack of these without worrying about it too much. Right now, my fleets are still very small. The resources are very welcome, so I tend to peek and see what's going on inside those crates anyway. Building progress. I need another one of these. Now, I don't actually want to build too many of these. I really don't, because they're not that strong. That's the truth. So, meantime, we're scanning that little planet. Oh, there's not a bad little... That's a green planet. One right dead center of the screen here. Dicenema 6. Or is it Disianima? Disianima. But there's the one we're working... Whoops. Now where did I go? Oh, that's interesting. I just rolled right off to another system. That looks a lot more interesting, really. Lots of stuff going on there. Lots of burning going on. Phalia. Phally? Not as many people, though. That's actually kind of appealing. Well, back to my station. Left by accident. Oh, okay. Well, let's go into my station then. Research is progressing. That's another ship done. So one of the big keys is keep the ships moving. Keep them flowing. Keep them building. The more the merrier. Can't hurt. Back. And there we have it. So for me now, and this is why I don't spend a whole lot of time, is a lot of this. Build, attack, build, attack. It is a little bit like a job. I've got more control from her. She's not nagging me all the time. But it is a bit like a job as I'm trying to build up to something. I know I'm going to get bigger ships soon, which makes it more interesting. There are bigger ships out there with the little pirate symbols with little dots underneath them. But I'm thinking space combat is probably where things are going to really start to heat up. So now I'll put my star base right in the middle. I can see what's going on out there. What a busy system. I wonder why this one's so busy. But I'm hurting. I'm hurting for resources. Not the kind like the raw resources. They're okay in the corner. I'm hurting for ships and admirals and the ability to do research. Once I get the research facility updated, then I'm going to be a lot busier trying to figure out, well, do I put the crystals into the research for the new guns, which is only going to give me a 1% boost, or do I use them to build a battleship? And then battleship design becomes more interesting because I'm eventually going to get more weapons. If I go back to the station, and I look at first of all, the dock, The incisor, repair, please. Thank
Supplies
you.
available.
If I go to the ship design, ship design, there is a way to find that quicker. I found a way to get there. Oh, free. Yes, of course, I'll take free. Thank you. I almost regret coming back here. She wants to throw stuff at me. Throwing off my momentum. Yes. Yes. Now, there was a button that may take me to the list of things I've got. That one. Ship Design Center. So in the upper right, it says More. Next to there's a G in 940 and it says More. Click on the More. There's some centers you can get to. The Naval Academy where the admirals are trained. There's Ship Design Center. And then I can go in there and say, let's redesign a frigate. Ship types. There we go. So there's the standard Eagle. Edit. And from here I can go, well, that's worked well for me. I've got missiles. Mini missile. That's a missile. And I've got this, which is a mini cannon. I could take off the robotic, I think, is a fighter plane. Yeah, it's a drone fighter. I could take this off. Here. Put it into that spot. Oops. There we go. Put a kinetic on. Nope, that was a kinetic. I want a beam. Sorry. Ugh. Don't do that. Now the beam. Now I've got a beam, a kinetic, and a missile. There, I've saved it. I'm going to save that. What do we call this? We'll call this one, oh, wait a minute. Cancel. There's components too. Let's look at the components. I've got this guy here. He's a reactor. So ship's energy is 10. And I've got mini shields. Disruptor, I think, is for evasion. Believe it or not, it's not a weapon. It's an evasion. Oh, I've also got armor. So that's not a bad thing. I've got. I don't think I can get away without one of these. I think my ship's energy would be too low. Ship's energy -5. See that in the left-hand side? So we'll put the reactor back instead. Ship's energy is 20. So that's it. That's all I can do with the resources I have. So hit save. We'll call this a Swift. Done. Save. So now I can set the Swift as my default. Oops. Set this as my default. So instead of building Eagles, I'll build Swifts. Back. So now we've covered ship design too, which is also kind of interesting. Now when we get more ships, it'll be a bigger issue. It will also be a better issue when I go over to here, hit the research. And if I look at some of the research for the ships, I can go cannon tech, laser tech, missile tech. I can start to choose which one of these I want to go up into because they do get expensive. Specializing may not be a bad idea. But if I specialize in one of these, it kind of makes sense to take some of the technology off the ships and customize them to suit where I'm strongest. So if I go into shield tech, for example, in the middle, it might actually be interesting to take some of the armor off the ship and double down on the shields. I don't know if that works, if you can double down effectively or how much of an increase it gives you, but it's worth looking at. Right now, I'm a very generalist because I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but idle? The rapiers are idle. Why are the rapiers idle? It says idle. Incisors docked. Have we already finished scanning that planet? There would have been a notification if the planet was scanned. Huh. That appears to be my fleet. Scan. Rapiers.
Fleet explored.
I don't remember getting any kind of notification saying that that planet was finished. It's kind of odd.
Mission complete.
Scan. Rapiers.
Fleet explored.
Why are they idle? Or is it because somebody's scanning it already? Is it because I can't scan it because somebody else is scanning it? Possible. I don't know. I have to think about that. Usually you get some nice stuff from scanning, but it does seem to, like, each planet will record that it's been scanned, but I think it resets after a period of time. So I don't know. Is it worth it to do it in the middle of the night or late in the evening like I'm doing it now? Maybe it's something you can only do in the morning to get the full benefit of a day so it doesn't reset and you remember which planets you've already scanned. But he doesn't appear to be scanning it now for some reason. He's just sitting there like a pumpkin. What about this one? Scan it. You don't just stand there with your scanner in your hand. Go do something. Economy. So you give me a couple more build and build. And research. Go to. That's coming along pretty fast. I'm maxing it up here. Mineral production speed. Sure, why not? Research. Anything to max these things out so when I go on to the next level of research center, I don't have to go backwards. So anyway, that's a brief overview of some of the things I've been picking up on. Playing the game offline, using another application. It can be very addictive though. I find I can sit here while I'm watching television and just go fight pirates for a while, which by the way I should have been doing anyway. Not that one, he's boring. Boring. Later on you can increase your, that's not bad. You can increase your ship's flight speed things inside the systems too. Autofill, sure. Take advantage of those extra guns. Go out there, and I'm trying to build a fleet that can take on, something with a dot underneath or two dots. Because I think the rewards will be better, the bigger, nastier guys I take on. So it's all about continuing to build up your strength, build up your capability, and try to gather what you can from that. I'm still not sure where the strategy's coming in. I think for my money, if I'm playing a strategy game on the iPad, Pixel Starships or Starbase Orion are still there for me. They're the number ones. The graphics may not be as fancy as this one, but I find them to be far more engaging as far as mental challenge. This is still basically, it's got a thing I can do while I'm distracted. If I'm watching TV, I can monkey click it, and I'm building something. And I do like the concept of the leveling up and improving. I guess I'm not unlike a lot of people. Leveling up games are very addictive and a lot of fun. And I do enjoy that. So I will sit there and I will level away, and I'll continue to do that, working toward what I assume the goal is to go into unprotected space, unneutral territory, and pick a fight with somebody. So we'll see what happens. More resources to gather. Do I have anybody? I do. Excellent. And we'll take this fleet here. Recall. They will go back and get repaired. Good. Again, don't want to lose any of those little ships because I'm just trying to fill my fleet with them. Later on, when I get bigger ships, they'll die, and that's fine. They'll be replaced. Well, I'm sorry about the crewmen. Sorry about that, crewman. The ones on board who are fighting for the good of their station, they're going to get slaughtered in a good cause. But they'll be replaced with ships that are bigger than these. And that seems to be the natural cycle. For now, I just want to fill out the numbers so that they've got a little more teeth to them, and we can be a little more effective. There, building. So that's it. I'm just going to cycle. Do this. Again, it's a fun activity when you're watching TV and you don't have anything else to do, or you have a little time to spend, and you don't have to engage hard like you do with Pixel Starships. We're always planning AI and things like that. But that seems to be where I place this game right now, is just a little fun distraction. Even now I'm talking, I'm distracted. I can even talk and play at the same time. I'm just looking for a hole, filling the hole with the next thing, waiting for my upgrades. And the upgrades to the station, well, Ship Design Center, 1 hour and 9 minutes. So the question I have for you guys and for anybody out there, I could hunt pirates for that 1 hour and 9 minutes. Is it worth it? Is it a smart thing to do? Hey, I think I scanned the planet once. That's good. That's what I was looking for. 1000 Admiral experience was found. Further study for more. Absolutely. Continue your scans and send back the rapiers. Don't come back to the station. So that's what I was looking for in the other world. I wanted that report. And as you drill down deeper and deeper in these scans, better stuff starts coming up. Sometimes it's kind of a cool adventure. I'll give them this much. When you do the scans, that's where the story is. And you get some nice stories like people who have been invaded by parasitic organisms that cause them to turn on their crews and things like that. What do I do? Do I shoot her or do I try to help her? So that's fun. So there is some story here. So that's a difference that departs from, say, Starbase Orion. You get a little more story with this one. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. That's what I've been able to figure out. I'm going to now, this particular one, I'm going to try to build them up off camera a little bit more because it's boring to watch me build a fleet until I get to build this to the point where maybe I'll go off to another system that's a little more hostile and see what it looks like when I leave these fairly safe systems and go into ones that seem to be not in my favor and see what happens when I go there. Do they pick a fight? Do they try to destroy my station? What happens if my station's destroyed? Am I out of the game completely? Or do I get a chance to build it back again? I want to find out. So thank you very much for listening, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to see more of my crazy musings, our website is www.pocketcaptains.com, which also happens to share the name of our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to both. That would be great. I love subscribers on the website as well. And if you haven't got time for that, or if you've done that, you're wondering what else to do, then my best recommendation is to just have a little bit of fun every day. Thank you very much for listening, and good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.